Hello friends, today's topic is living in Thailand. Let's rant.
How much does it cost to live in Thailand as a solo traveler? First, let me say this country is perfect if you want to live luxury but on a budget. They have short-term leasing, but long-term is recommended to get the best prices. Rent $300 to $1,000 a month. Food $200 to $300 a month, maybe $450 if you go into restaurants. Nightlife maybe $100 a month, but don't go crazy buying those drinks for everybody. Phone bill between $5 and $30 a month. Transportation $60 to $120 a month.
Living in Thailand isn't as cheap as people make it seem. If you're dreaming of escaping the US or anywhere else and coming to Thailand, this video is for you. Especially if you're thinking of relocating to rural Thailand. Escaping the hustle and bustle of the city and relocating to somewhere like Phetchabun, like I did, has its pros and its cons. The cost of living here is very affordable, but for the first few months, you will have to think ahead about some of the costs, and this video will help you do that. First of all, the flight from America to Thailand is very expensive. Sometimes you can find deals, especially depending on what part of Thailand you're going to and what part of the US you're leaving from. I've seen one-way flights for as low as $500 US, but during peak season, they can go up to about $2,000. It's best to plan your trip during rainy season or when the flights are low. Keep your eye out for these low-cost flights and try to be as flexible as possible with your dates. Next, let's talk about visas. For a long-term stay, you'll want a non-immigrant visa. The cost for this visa will depend on the type of stay and basically will range from $80 to $200 US. If you are coming here with children, you can definitely look into student education visa. This visa costs about $80 to $200 as well, and you'll also have to provide proof of the school that your child is going to. The type and duration plays a major part in this, but just make sure you have that money set aside and check the U.S. Embassy and Thai Embassy website for the latest requirements. At this time, you can stay up to 3 months in Thailand on a tourist visa. Now let's talk about accommodations, because this is the question I get a lot. I typically start off by staying in an Airbnb for 1 to 2 weeks and just look around the area that I want to live in. You will always see for rent signs hanging around. You can also go through a realtor or look on websites like Fazwaz. I have a video about this on my page, scroll down. In rural Thailand, you can get a 3-bedroom home for as low as $150 US per month. You can get an apartment, and that's more modern and things like that if you're not wanting to stay in a home. If you're looking for a basic apartment, you can look to spend about $100 US all the way up to $500 US for the glitz and glam. Just know in rural Thailand, there's not many glitz and glam styled apartments, and the newer ones are rented out fast. The best time to get these type of apartments is about March, April, because that is when people like teachers and tourists are leaving the area and going somewhere for Songkran or just getting new teaching contracts and relocating. Major part about this is you don't want to forget about your deposit. You will need money set aside. Usually the deposit is 1 or 2 months rent. Next up is transportation. Transportation in rural Thailand is very limited. And the part of Thailand that I am in, there is no Grab, there is no Bolt, there is no transportation apps. You will need a motorbike or a car. I got an awesome deal through a friend here where I am paying less than $200 US to rent a vehicle. Monthly scooter costs here are approximately $70 to $100 US. If you're planning on staying long term, it may be best just to buy a scooter or motorbike. In other parts of Thailand, you can expect to spend about $1 to $2 per ride when you are taking public transportation or apps like Grab. Food is another thing. I typically spend no more than $100 on groceries per month. And on food, for two, I typically don't go over $100 either, making my budget be no more than $200 per month on eating out and groceries. Last thing I want to talk about is the healthcare and medical. Going to a government hospital is literally so affordable, but it may not be the care that you're used to. And going to an international hospital is also very affordable, but can cost more than the government hospital. Monthly insurance for one, as little as $30 to $100, depending on what you have covered. For two, it costs me around $102 per month. I also have insurance through my job, but it doesn't cover private care. And there you have it.
Pro tip, if you come to Thailand, don't waste your time and your money eating out in the restaurants over there. Come into the food court. This is where all the local people eat, and the prices are really good. They've got loads of choices, like there's some Japanese food and stuff, but they also have Thai food, and it's usually better than all of that stuff, in my opinion.
When I tell you I'm a basic bitch, I mean it, because I just walked around for 10 minutes and I ordered the same thing I almost always order because it never disappoints. So all of our food came to 255 baht, which is $6.95. 4 meals. I'm going to get khao niao mamuang, mango sticky rice over there, and that'll be an additional, like what, 35 or 40 baht maybe? Another $1. So all in, including dessert, we'll end up paying $8 for lunch. Amazing, right?
Can you live in Thailand for £1,000 per month? I'm not too sure why everyone seems to think that this £1,000 is like a magical number where you can come to Thailand and live a very good life on £1,000. In my opinion, no, you can't. It's not going to give you the life that you're going to want to come here and live unless you want to go up to the north of the country and live a very secluded life in the countryside where everything is super cheap and there's not really much to do, then maybe. However, you're going to want to come down to all the places that people want to visit, like Bangkok, Phuket. You're going to travel to the islands and stuff like that. You need to factor that into your budget. Once you think about your rent, your bills, you know, your SIM card, your hire of your bike if you want to hire a bike per month, all of these things, yes, are cheap, but they do add up. I would say anything between £1,500 and £1,800 is going to give you a comfortable life. That's not going crazy. That's not drinking, you know, going mad every single weekend, but you're going to live comfortably and you probably will enjoy yourself. Anything from say 2,000 and above is going to give you a very, very comfortable life, and you're going to do a hell of a lot of the things that you want to do when you come here. You just got to remember that there's a lot more things to do here than there are in your home country, and at some point if you live here you're going to want to do them, so you need to factor that into your budget. Peace.
I would love to live in Thailand. Let's continue.
How much do you spend in a month living in Bangkok?
Probably I'm spending like 40 to 50K. Bangkok is also known as a very competitive city to stay on, and there's a lot of different type of people who work in different type of industry. So if you're putting yourself in a right place, then probably it's not that hard to stay in Bangkok.
So what do you feel about the price range in KL compared to Bangkok?
I find brand stuff is a little bit more cheaper.
How about food and the Grab?
The Grab is quite cheaper here. The food is okay price.
What's the most expensive thing that you recently bought? Maybe
Probably this bag. Probably cost like 200 ringgit. It's alright, it's nice, fluffy.
Yeah.
It can be a pillow.
How much you spend per month living in Bangkok, Thailand?
So for rent, I pay 16,000, which is about $80. Transportation to work, I use a Songtao, so it's like 9 baht. So a month I always have like 400 baht just saves, just like change points to use it. And for food, I mostly do 7-Elevens or order, so maybe like in a week or two, like 2,000 baht, depending on how much I want to, like, you know, fancy, or like how fancy I want to feel. Wi-Fi, 620. Electricity was 220 baht.
120 baht?
Yeah.
A month for electricity?
Yeah.
That's so cheap.
Water is I believe they bill you every 2 months. So I paid it yesterday, which was 120 baht.
Biggest expense living here?
I think so far it's just the rent, but honestly, I can't even afford this back in New York.
How much would that cost in New York?
Oh my God, this will be considered a luxury condo, so anywhere between $2,000 and up. Very grateful and I'm very blessed because I would never be able to afford this unless I'm making a whole ton of money in New York.
Did you think that houses in Thailand were crazy cheap? Well, I'm here to break it to you. This house right here is selling for 13 million baht or $350,000. And they are going up everywhere in Chiang Mai. I've seen them up to 18 million depending on the size of the lot and the location and how much you want it furnished, because you can have it completely furnished. This is a Thai developer. I actually even have a Thai friend living in them. So I don't think it's only foreigners who are buying these houses. And look, they're nice, but they're exactly the same no matter where you go. Anyway, if you have more questions about living in Thailand, let me know and we can talk about it. Bye.
How much does it cost to live in Thailand as a digital nomad? Let's find out.
A modern condo in Bangkok
Costs as little as $400 a month. And this is how much food will set you back. Noodles for breakfast, $1.
lunch delivered to your condo.
Only $2. Or come to a market and grab dinner for $2. And finish the day right with some mango sticky rice.
Let's be real, I would never cook again.
Who needs a car when you can get a Grab for $2? Or take one of these for less than $1. Or jump in a tuk-tuk for $5.
When it comes down to work, you can always find a cool co-working space in the center of Bangkok from $190 a month.
The real treat is going to the movies. It's $9 for a seat, or for $30 you can watch a movie in a bed.
And with all the money you've saved, you can get a massage every day for $8.
So, would you move to Thailand?
Thailand is calling my name. I bet a lot of foreigners go there. Seems like an affordable place to live. What do you think? Please comment down below. Thank you for watching. Until next time.